This is a very special episode. They're all very special episodes. This one, however, very special. Okay. So a couple years back, I found a manhole cover. Talked about it in Pennsylvania radio about how Huntsville can't spell their manhole covers. Check it.
Central PA's first great radio station is Central PA's last great radio station. 92.1 WTPA. WTPARock.com. Central PA's independent rock.
Buddy, are you doing okay, man?
I suppose so. Bob, you and I have been friends for a while. Can I ask you a question?
Okay, go ahead.
Are you recording me?
I am.
This is just like the liberal media. You know? All this gotcha journalism, Bob. Like, how is a politician supposed to do evil things if journalisms keep getting them and doing this gotcha journalism?
Well, listen to me. It's not so much the gotcha journalism. What we're going to do next is chop it up to make it sound like you're selling off baby parts. So.
Oh, I knew it. I knew that there was going to be some out-of-context stuff. That's why I have a list of words that I won't say.
That's right. Baby parts.
Baby parts was one of them. I just said it. Now you can do it.
Exactly. And also gun control. We're going to chop it up to talk about that. And
yeah, that's a thing. 1-to-1, isn't that right? Where we're at, one gun for every person,
brother. Yes, it is. That's
in America,
and that's not enough.
According to the information that I've seen, nobody should be getting shot anymore. Like, we all have guns. Every one of us has a gun, so nobody gets shot. Like, isn't that the theory? Aren't we there?
That is that's supposed to be the theory. You're right.
Why is this? All right. Well, no, that's maybe for another time. I don't think we're going to solve that today.
I think the problem though is if you're asking those who don't share my opinion anyway, is that okay? Well, there's one gun for every person in America, but some of the people in America own like 9 of them, but I think the bigger problem for them is that they can't own 9 people also.
Yeah, well, no, that's been a debate in the state that I landed in. Oh,
let's
finally at least unlabeled all the fountains.
Let's talk about this. Speaking of the state you landed in now.
Okay, yeah,
Joel, you stumbled upon something, and quite literally something pretty interesting, didn't you?
It was something odd. I stumbled on it like maybe a year ago, really. I mean, but it just became like a news story earlier this week where I was joking on the Twitters again about the fact that there's this manhole cover in downtown Huntsville, Alabama, that has a misspelling on the manhole. And misspellings on things, those are cute, whatever. But it's just what is misspelled on this manhole cover is the name of the city. Like, it says Huntsiville, Huntsville, not Huntsville. And I don't think that this town should be building rockets if we can't get the name of the city right on the manhole cover. Worried.
And listen, I appreciate that you bring that up because yes, Huntsville, Alabama. That's where NASA builds its stuff, right?
The home of NASA.
Yes.
We've got like Marshall Space Flight Center or whatever down here. We've got the Space and Rocket Center. Space Camp is down here. You send your kids to this town to learn what space is like, and we can't spell the manhole covers right. Now, in Huntsville's defense, they're a very sweet city. Right. They've been very nice to me. Like, I'm a public figure down here, and they're very awesome to me as a city and a community. And not all the manhole covers are misspelled. Most of them are spelled correctly. But
isn't that even more odd? That's
right. The fact that there are a few that have escaped. Yeah, I don't know. It's a terribly odd thing. But so, I pointed it out on Twitter, and the TV station followed me, and they were like, "Hey, where is this manhole cover?" And I was like, "Slide into my DMs, because you're a news organization, and it's right outside your building. I don't want to embarrass you, you know." It's right there. So they looked into it. They found a couple more, and they put an article on the web saying that local citizen Joel Elliott found this, and I thought that was very sweet because I used to be local transient Joel Elliott, so to be called local citizen in an article on the TV station, well, that's touching. That's warming to my heart.
You've graduated to a
I've graduated to local citizen. I wonder, can I use that as a pickup line, Bob? Can I come to bars and be like, hi, yeah, I do stand-up comedy in town, and I'm a local citizen.
You can probably do that, but I would imagine anybody who might be trying to pick up, I mean, they could be kin to the people who misspelled the damn manhole cover.
Kin and or lovers. It's, Alabama is for lovers. No, that's Virginia. That's Virginia. Alabama is for family.
Yes, that's
and lovers. Alabama the beautiful, Bob.
Joel, let me ask you, man, how long do you think this manhole cover has been there? I mean,
according to the article, like, they got a quote from the city, and the city was like, well, okay, this has to be very old because we inspect these things and we changed over a bunch. It's an old design. So, like, these manhole covers have probably been there for like 10 or 20 years. and nobody has, like, I've been bothered enough, I guess. I don't know. It's like some people in town do know about this. Like when I joke about it, people are like, oh, yeah, I've seen that. But, like, it never became a thing until Monday when I made it a thing because apparently I'm the spelling tyrant of Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah, you're the spelling Nazi. You've taken that whole social media spelling grammar Nazi thing to a whole new level.
Whole new level. I made a news story out of it. And here's the kicker, Bob. You ready for the kicker?
I'm ready.
They put the news story on. I'm not even gonna name the media outlet. It's way outside of your market, so it's okay. But I don't want to embarrass them. They put the news story out about the misspelled manhole cover.
Right.
I look at this story because I'm excited because I'm mentioned in it. Right. And as I'm reading this story, I find a spelling error. So, like, I circle the thing, like I do a little Photoshop deal, screenshot it, circle it. I send it through direct message back to the TV station. I was like, look, guys, I'm going to give you guys a half an hour to reply to this. If I don't get a response, I'm tweeting this publicly because this is just too ironic to not tweet, Like, you misspelled a word in the article about the misspelled manhole cover. You're like, come on, Huntsville, get it together. This is coming from somebody who lived on the street in 2014, and I'm saying, get yourself together. Like, that's saying something.
Yes, right. He is
Alabama. Straighten up and spell things right. We're trying to look good to the rest of the country here, and we're in Alabama. We already have things going against us.
That's right. My God, man. Well, the formerly homeless comedian Joel Elliott joining us from Huntsville, Alabama this morning. It's dude, it's always great to talk to you, man.
It's always lovely to talk to you, Bob. I'll check in the next time I make news. Roy Moore did a thing. We'll write an article about him and get in trouble.
That's good. Joel Elliott joining us from Huntsville, Alabama this morning. 921 WTPA, The Rock. That's ROCK, The Rock of Central PA.
And now another big old block of rock. From Central PA's Independent Rock, 92.1 WTPA.
My sober life revolves around a lot of hot chocolate and mad dashes out of Target with a stash under my armpit. I'm a nice fellow, but it's hard to quit. Tiny marshmallows once you started. I know you have Prozac, don't act as though that last part is so off topic. If your hands are in your pockets or you're rocking out locked in a walk-in closet, I'm very proud to call you on my target market. The ghost of old razor blades could be a case to make it. I can use an 8x8 square foot, face to face, barefoot and tied down. Time I take my rainy days to dress up as the maid and act amazed. It all was great today. This time I medicine will taste good. And these fine things cried out in a day's could stand to be repeated even after days or even with your hands and feet. I mean, for us to grab a piece and eat it. In the Middle East, I bet that thing we invented is illegal, which probably ought to speak for its redeeming qualities. If you forget the steps and just follow me, a final backflip eliminates the need for swallowing. Put up a crock pot of meat, spend the day in bed, get up at 10 when we gotta eat. Split lips and a limp are the cost of being gleefully accosted, and your teeth mean a lot to me. If I don't make my I self-sentenced with what should have been redempted words. If I were pressed, I couldn't spell what I said to her. If we could settle this, I guess I'll run better. Except every step left in my alphabet's a blood letter. Now I forget it, took a nice tune and wrecked it with a convoluted message. Oh, maybe it's true, I'm just waiting to be excused. Then I'm back on the swing set and no one's seen my shoes like. Oh, may this man of many bodies be a figure of resistance. May his cannibalistic cycle be quite slimming when they're vicious. If I have to pay the price, I'll watch for just a 20 kisses. I'll scramble up the light, conjure visions with my images. Eyes are hard and skin is where it is. And I'm glad to be alive. I love it, wish for triple digits. If the cat and capsizes, I'll be living with the fishes. And I'll have to realize that I was really never living.
Now today I find a manhole cover. Oh my God, this is years later, guys. I'm a time traveler because I remember everything. I find a manhole cover. It's missing the eye. Did you see that? Huntsville, it says. There's no eye. This was minted. This is like nobody picked the eye off of it. It never had an I in the name of the city. They spelled Huntsville, Huntsville. Guys, how many times do we have to do this? You know what? I'm calling it now, okay? You guys are not allowed to build any more rockets until you learn how to spell the name of the city and get it right on the manhole covers. Somebody's going to get hurt. Don't build rockets. Work on spelling. Spelling first, then rockets.
Please welcome back to the stage. He opened us up with a musical segment earlier. Please welcome back Joel Elliott.
Thank you, Matthew Tate. Thank you, Maggie Myers Irish Pub. Who came here for comedy tonight? Woo! Who came here to drink? Wow, okay, that is the first time that it's ever been like less clapping for the drinking. That is amazing. Is this turning into a comedy club or something? This is wild. I made the news today. My name's Joel Elliott. If you haven't met me or run into me in town, you haven't been looking on the side of the road much. She kept the house in both cars. My name is Joel Elliott, and you can follow my awkward handle on Twitter by following @awkwardhandle on Twitter. I made the news today, and not for failing at my marriage so terribly publicly that it was newsworthy. That was before. A lot has happened since then. But no, I made the news today. There was an article that WHNT put out because there's this manhole cover downtown. I've been joking about it for a while. Yeah, this is right in front of the TV station. Yeah. And it says Huntsville. The name of the city says HUNTSIVLLE. This place should not be building rockets. We shouldn't be messing with rockets in this town if we can't spell the name of the city right on the manhole cover. Because, it can't be just that one. They don't, there's not a guy with a chisel just making these by hand and they mint them. They're like coins. So it's there've got to be a whole lot of messed up manhole covers somewhere. And I was joking about it today, and WHNT followed me. And they were like, where is this thing? And I was like, slide into my DMs, because you're a news organization, and it's right outside your building. I don't want to embarrass you. So DMs back and forth sometimes, WHNT and me. And they said to me that they were like, we were waiting for you to respond, and we went outside, we found 2 more. So So they put an article online saying that local citizen Joel Elliott pointed out that there's a misspelled manhole cover, and they got the city to comment. They're like, well, this must have been made a while ago because people inspect these things. Shouldn't be paying the price. So an embarrassing thing happened the other day. Not embarrassing, just an odd thing, an awkward thing. That's my thing. Awkward handle. To act awkward handle. I was walking away from a friend's house, and I was walking down the street, and a car stopped. Like, I live a very public life, and I walk a lot, and so people just stop and give me rides sometimes, so I'm kind of used to that. But I live with a personality disorder, so I'm terrified of people. Absolutely terrified of people. So when a car slows down, I also grew up in Baltimore City. So anybody been around Baltimore City, Maryland? Yeah. I'm sorry, what did they take? So like I grew up in Baltimore, a little paranoid. A car slows down, I'm like, all right, what's up? And so, but I looked at the person in the car, and I was like, okay, I recognize that face, and this is not somebody who's ever punched me in the face before, so I think I'm comfortable getting in the car. So I get in the car, and we start rolling over to the bus stop that I was going to, and then I was like, wait, no, okay, this is a girl. Okay, that's important. This is a girl, and it's like, oh, I recognize her, and I think it's like comedy related. You know, like I think I've seen her around in comedy shows and stuff. You know what? I think she dates one of the comedians. This girl dates one of the comedians. And they're like, whoa, wait. Oh, no, this girl used to date one of the comedians. Oh, okay. Okay, now which one of the comedians did she date? Oh, okay, it was the host of the TGIM comedy. Oh, okay. And I was like, okay, now, well, which one is her? Because, I'm not going to name him by name, the host of TGIM, but he gets around. So I was like, which girl is this? Is this the one that had that situation? Is it the one with that situation? Is it the one with that? This is the one with that bit. Oh, that bit. Oh, the one bit that goes off the cliff of bitterness. That bit. Oh, man. This is that girl, But I was already in the car. I started thinking through these loyalties paths of thinking well, should I have even accepted the ride? When she pulled up, should I have been like, no, you were bad to my friend. Get out of here. It was cold. I got in the car, but and I was already in the car, so I was like, well, what do I do now? Just open the door and just get out and roll? That doesn't work. That's no good for me. It's not going to make him feel any better about all the things she did to him. That's what the bit is for. Therapy on the stage because we don't have health insurance because we're comedians. So I'm in the car getting this ride from this girl who's an ex of a friend of mine, and I'm like, well, shoot, if my ex pulled up beside Matthew and he was walking on the side of the road, she's hot. I'm sure he'd get in. Sure, yes, she took out my 2 front teeth, but she's never punched him in the face, so he'd do the same ocular pat down and be like, wow, she's hot and she's never punched me, I'm getting in. So I don't think I have any problem with it. I'd be like, that would be cool, I think I'd go ahead. It's like she gave me a ride. She didn't give me a ride, That would end up in the newsletter, #IttyBittyCityCommittee. God, nobody would sleep with anybody without everybody knowing. It's ridiculous. I've had a bunch of ex-girlfriends in my social media recently, but in a good way, oddly enough. I've gotten to this mature place in my life, except for the marriage where we can't even legally be in the same room. But, the dating since the marriage, it's been good, I had an ex-girlfriend dump me recently, and we processed things, it was good. And then there was this follow churn situation happening on Twitter, and she got involved with it. I was saying I'm in a fragile place right now. If you unfollow me again, because you've done this before, I'll cry. I was saying that to the CW. Because the CW follow churns on Twitter, they have got poor Twitter etiquette. But I tagged the station manager, we settled it. It's okay. Like I said, I spent a lot of time on Twitter. But when this girl who had just dumped me, she saw that the CW had, I was going through the follow churn thing again, and she just inserted, I wrote this down on paper because I'm old, I wrote a tweet down on paper. But she tweeted back to the CW, she was like, the CW, how are you supposed to heal when they're ripping your heart apart with these games? And this is a girl who just recently dumped me, it was situationally hilarious. And then she followed it up, going right at the CW. She was like, you're making the breakup harder. It was so good. It was so good. The CW really did it. But I've had this whole stream of like exes on my social media. I made a joke about that the ex that's kind of similar to the one where you went off the bitterness cliff with. You know, like I had a lot of trouble processing this one. I was living with her and raising a kid with her. You know, it was her kid from a previous, not biological, but raising it and raising her as a person. Her boss proposed marriage to her while I was living with her. And she came home and told me this, and I was like, well, what did you say? And she said, well, I said I had to think about it. And I was like, all right, I just went to the bedroom and started packing my things, because, you know, even if you think about it and then say no, I'm still, like, just waiting for the next one, right? You know, it just didn't work out. But so I left there, and it's been years. The kid's, like, 13 now, you know. And she follows me on Twitter, this woman that was the ex, you know, but one day recently I tweeted out something like, you know, Buddhism means taking a lot of cold showers. Just a real sad, lonely, pathetic tweet, you know, dumped recently, whatever. And Joe Concilio took his like on it, and I'm like, oh, that's cute, that's great, you know, like the ex checking in when things are at their lowest. And so I went over to the Facebook and I posted something about it, you know, like that awkward moment when your ex, that situation, you know, that likes only the tweets when you're talking about being frustrated and lonely. And I realized, to be fair, all of them are like that. But then I was like, well, you know what, she's not going to see this because we're not friends on Facebook. And I was like, I'm trying to live a mature life. And so I friended her on Facebook. And she saw it, she commented, and we had this long public discussion. It was delightful. My Facebook's public, go to it. Joel Elliott, 2 L's, 2 T's. I don't care, friend me. But so yeah, like God, itty bitty city committee. I slept with the barback. Don't look at Nicole; it's not her. No, Nicole and I haven't even ever gone to IHOP at 4 a.m. because I promised I wouldn't say anything. The barback, she was working earlier today. Her and I slept together, and it was nice. And you know, we were dating for a while, and it was lovely. And you know, we broke up, and today I was talking to her about this stream of exes on my social media, and I was like, you know, you should be in the mix because I care about you a lot. God, okay, if we're going to be honest, I said to her literally, I said, I know that the circumstances that this is not when you want to hear this, but I love you so much. We broke up like a year ago. Okay, but I told her, jump on my social media and post something on my wall, like something critical and something deep. Like, make it real deep, you know? Like, go in. Like, don't hurt my dating prospects, because I'm single and I'm lonely, but, you know, but cut at me deep, because I've got this string of ex-girlfriends things happening. So, yeah, so look at my social media, because the barback may have said something by now. It'll be fun. Matty Myers, you've been great. I, on the other hand, have been Joel Elliott. Joel Elliott, everybody.
box. It started with a lie, but I'll sing you a song and a song and a song. So here we go. I'm in the video, brain blown out and face all dead and smile in my eyes like, guys, do we get it? Time to rise up, but I guess I'm unleavened, so underground tunnels will get us to heaven. I'm your god now, tomorrow's Armageddon. Time for the Eucharist, you will be super pissed when you deduce that this body you've eaten's a box of Wheatons from 7-Eleven. Just think of the savings, have more babies, teach them the hammer, grow up to Naomi. Oh, it gets good, and when I come back, motherfucker, better get my suits pressed.
Westwood.
Beat me to powder so I can orbit the planet in silent. Rings and revolving combined to sing you the song of your violence. Back to the earth in a flash, I emerge with the shortage of cash, but before we can get to the planet, I just need you to hit me.
Published for it's a car ship.